Hey, it's Jessie. Hey, it's Becky.
And we're Jessica and Ali. Today we're going to be talking about boys.
Oh, boys.
Oh, boys. Okay, so whenever you guys see us sitting in this chair,
You're actually sitting in.
that we're awkwardly squeezing into, it is going to signify
Serious.
serious video. And my birds don't really care that it's serious.
Nope. Not one bit.
So this segment is called the Big Comfy Couch. So, two things specifically about guys we're going to be talking about, because both of us have experienced this, is one, being a part of a cheating scenario,
Relationship.
and second is more of like an abuse thing. And I know those are some like pretty serious,
Pretty tough topics to talk about.
hard-hitting stuff, but we want to be real with you guys. And if you want us to talk about anything else serious,
Send a message.
Make sure it says Big Comfy Couch, so that we know.
So that we know which segment it's about.
And or you can comment on this, whatever. Okay, so first of all, the being a part of cheating. Okay, as girls, a lot of times we get our hearts broken.
A lot.
And I've never been cheated on, but I have been the other girl.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I was the one being cheated on.
And
also more recently,
the other.
The other girl. But
okay. One thing that other girls, like the girls who are being cheated on, don't realize about the girls that are a part of that, like the other women kind of a thing,
they don't know.
Is sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they don't know, and it hurts. Like, unless you are completely heartless and horrible, it hurts to know that you could be doing something that could hurt somebody that badly. Because everybody has seen a friend, a family member, somebody going through the whole being cheated on thing, and we see how bad it hurts. So, if you can honestly be a part of a cheating thing and not feel bad about it, like, fine, that's on you, but
think about the other people
right.
that are involved in the situation. Like, I know that when I found out that I was helping this guy cheat on his girlfriend, it hurt me too. Like, it obviously hurt her, but it also hurts like you because you know that they didn't tell you, and that's not good.
Right, because people always say, like, I know I used to always say, I'm never going to be the other woman, or I'm never going to be the other person, you know? But it happens, and yeah, it sucks really bad at first. And this is something, especially, and I told her this
earlier
today, because it actually happened really recently for her.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
December 2nd.
She was when she was the other girl. And I told her, yeah, it sucks at first, but it happens. You build a bridge, and that was his mistake, not yours. He cheated on his girlfriend. You weren't dating her. He made the mistake of doing that. And if he was willing to cheat on her, then that's on him. That has nothing to do with you. If you start it and you throw yourself on somebody,
and you know that he has a girlfriend,
that's wrong.
Well, yeah. You should probably just not do that.
No, that's
not
wrong.
Good.
But if you genuinely don't know or even if you do know, like in my situation, I knew, but it came down to it where that was his decision that he was making. He made the decision that he wanted to cheat on her. And yeah, it was wrong of me to go and do that and to go along with it. But stuff happens, you know what I mean? And it was it happened so many times with that same situation that it almost became, like, I hate saying this, but it almost became her fault for going back. Because, well, okay,
No, I'm not laughing about that.
it was like we were, oh,
Yeah, that'll be next.
this guy, I need to give him a fake name. Oh my gosh. Josephus. Because I can't think of any other name that people don't have that might watch this. So Josephus and I dated for a while. Like, we dated for a good amount of time, and we were on and off for a while. And then he got a new girlfriend who we'll call Horsey.
Yeah.
So Josephus and Horsey started dating, and Josephus cheated on Horsey with me 5 times in total.
It's true. I was there. I was like there, but I know about it.
And they broke up each time he did it, but the fact that she kept going back was kind of like she was asking for it in a way. And I know it was wrong with me, and I feel horrible about it. And actually, it was me who was. I was the one who made him tell her because he wanted to keep this going without ever bringing it up to her. And I told Josephus that, calm down. I told Josephus that he needed. I call him Joe then.
Okay.
Joe, short for Josephus. I told Joe that he needed to tell her, and that what he was doing wasn't right, and we couldn't keep that going on. So you know what? Build a bridge, get over it,
and then burn that bridge,
and then burn it,
torch it.
You're done. And the
Gone.
girls who think that when they're the other woman that they need to be with that guy, no,
Because he cheated on someone, he'll cheat on you too. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Always a cheater. That's
always.
why ladies never
always.
cheat. Never start that cycle.
No, I wouldn't say never. Never, because there are some that I know that. Well, I'll use some fake names now. We'll call him George. I don't know why we don't use George. We're gonna use
a bad idea to use the name George.
How is that, Liam?
Because of George, like actual George.
Well, this is a fake name. This is an alias, kind of.
This is not George.
No.
This is non-George George.
And think of a girl's name. Clementine. We're gonna
Clementine and George. That's
okay.
almost as cute as Josephus and Horsey.
Okay.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know. Okay, so George, that's what I thought now. George and Clementine, they were dating for a couple months, and then it just so happened that it was George's birthday, and Clementine, she was supposed to go with him to his family's house to go have dinner for his birthday, like, anyone would do on their birthday. And she ended up ditching him on his birthday. I'm sorry, that bothered me.
Wait, Clementine did this?
Yes, Clementine ditched George on his birthday to go hang out with the guy that she had also been dating with George. We're gonna call him Nathan. I'm sorry for anyone with the name George and Nathan. I guarantee that I'm not talking about you. But these are just the names that just popped into my head. I know. Anyways, but so yeah. So the girl does sometimes she does sometimes start it, but
no, I'm saying don't ever start becoming a cheater.
no.
Don't ever get yourself into that.
If you start having feelings for someone else in a relationship, get out of the relationship that you're in so that you don't hurt the other person more than just you.
I guarantee you the pain that person will feel with you breaking up with them is a lot less than the pain they would feel if you cheated on them. I can guarantee you that. That is the worst betrayal. And stuff goes around too. People start to find out that you're a cheater. And then you have to work to get trust with people that you would have normally been able to just get. Don't start that. Don't become a cheater. That's never okay.
It just snowballs. If you start with like this one time and then it just goes, and then you're dating 6 people at the same time.
Hashtag George.
No, wrong. No, not George.
Nathan.
No.
Clementine.
No, not Clementine. We'll use Bobby.
God.
Think about what rhymes with Bobby. Kind of play the last like same little letter at the end.
Eve?
No, Bobby. Why? You know who I'm talking about.
I'm sure I do. Okay. Next thing. Gosh, how long? Okay, so we had 10 minutes on that one.
Sorry about the length of this video.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is some heavy stuff we're talking about here.
Intense. Even though we're laughing, like this is highly intense stuff. Okay. Next thing.
So, you want me to talk to my story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if you have a weak stomach for this rap because it's getting interesting.
Sorry,
Just apparently for free. Okay, so Bobby and I, you know this, you know who I'm talking about. So Bobby and I started dating last year around this time. Anyways, and it just, we're going back to cheating for a second, because it just so happened that he was dating like 6 other girls and me at the same time. Now that really sucks, but I have to give him.
George?
No, this is not George. This is Bobby. Brah. Yeah, gotta love brah. Anyway, it'll make more sense once I start.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so yeah, I dated 6 other girls and me at the same time.
So 7.
7 altogether. Yeah, and I don't know how he pulled it off because I was with him almost every day from like 11 in the morning when he got up to like 10 when his parents made me leave. So that's like all day, and I don't know how he.
I give him mad props.
Right though, like how do you? I don't understand. Like at that point I would be suspicious, but so he and I dated off and on for like months. Like it stopped in August when we stopped. Like off and on it. I don't know what.
This is the worst. You just keep going.
Okay. And in that time period, now we're going into the abuse part. He threw forks at me. Yes, forks. Like a dining fork, like
tenedor.
Yeah, that. No, he threw forks at me. He threw boxes of macaroni and cheese at me. like uncooked. Like it was just a box of
Goes
like
around.
macaroni and cheese. Like, cause he got mad 'cause I wouldn't make it for him. Anyways, um, kicked me in a more personal area with a steel-toed boot. He's a soccer player, so that hurt really bad.
So that hurt.
Um, kicked soccer balls at me all the time. I'm trying to think of what else he did. He used to slap me, like he'd move too fast and I'd just flinch away from him because it was more than likely that he was about to hit me. Hit me so hard on the leg that I had a line of bruises. He was actually just like too. Um, yeah, it was a bad time. Um, but don't. But the saddest thing out of all of it is that I went back thinking I could change him. Like, oh, maybe this time it'll be different because because he promised he wouldn't hit me anymore or something. I don't know. That is never the case. Ever. Never. Ever the case. I learned like 7 times because that's how many times he and I dated. We dated 7 times within the course of like 6 months. And well, not first off, because I'm on 0.4, but it is not your fault. I mean, going back,
is your
it
fault.
is kind of your fault, but guys have no right to hit you or physically harm you in any way, like ever. And if you are in that situation, it's gonna suck getting out of it. Trust me, I know, but it definitely is better for you in the long run if you get out. Like, not, oh, we'll give it another week because maybe he'll stop if I talk to him about it. No. Because in that week, he could break something. I thought he cracked my pelvis when he kicked me. He didn't, but I thought he did. Um, because that's, I don't know, I just lost my train of thought. But that's not an okay thing. Like, you can't, don't stay. Ever. This one over here.
My time, segue into my story. Okay, so I dated this really great guy for, he and I dated for almost a year, and he was the perfect boyfriend. Like, he was older than me, as was hers. He was older than me, and he completely respected me. Like, he was almost 4 years older than me, and he never did anything. He never tried to do something with me. He was he was just so in love with me that he didn't need to, he didn't need to have sex with me to be happy, and he didn't need to do things with me to be happy. He was just happy with me because he loved me. And he was my first love, so no matter what, he was constantly my grading point for every guy after him. Like, I I couldn't be with another guy because I thought about him and I thought about how he was, and I tried to compare every single person to him, and no one could match up. And this is the scariest part because we all thought she was with a douchebag guy anyway.
Yeah.
The scary part for me was everyone wanted me to be with this guy because he was perfect for me and we were perfect together. And the scariest part was that nobody ever would have thought that was going to happen. And we broke up when I had to move. Actually, when I moved here, and where I met her and Anna, and this was actually not that long ago this was within the past couple of months, and it was, I was, I don't even know. We were talking, he really wanted to see me, and he finally had off of work, and so I was like, okay, fine. I gave in, and so he came and he picked me up, and we went and walked around the mall, and everything was fine, and I got all cute, and so I was in my DCs and my short shorts and a t-shirt, and I was like, oh, I'm looking cute. And um, I don't know, everything just kind of hit me like I realized I wasn't as happy as I used to be with him, and he dated a girl that completely changed him, unfortunately. And we were in the car, and I was sitting in the passenger seat next to me, just kind of like this, you know.
I'm the guy.
She's the guy, and so I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and we're actually parked. Um, we went, we left the mall, and we were parked at down from my house. There's kind of a shopping center thing, and we were parked in the Target parking lot. And I wasn't looking at him. I was looking for it because I kept thinking, and my mind was racing, and it was all over the place. So I wasn't looking at him. I was just listening to the music, just looking forward, and he knew something was up, but he thought he did something or something was wrong. Nothing was wrong, and he kept telling me to look at him. And it started off with him just going like this, you know, the finger thing the guys do when they turn your chin. He kept doing that, and I was just like, you know, I just like move away. And then he went like this with my chin. And I was like, you know, like get off me kind of a thing. And then he moved my face like this, and I was like, seriously, stop. And he's like, look at me, look at me. Like every time he did it, he was like, just look at me, talk to me, tell me. And I wouldn't. And so he grabs my face like this, like grabs it like hard. So I'm like, ugh. Turns it towards his face, and he goes, look at me. At that point, I already was. That was kind of redundant for him to scream that in my face because at that point he was this close to me. Like obviously I see you. Um,
Yeah.
and at that point, then I just kind of got like pissed off. So I like turned my face, and as I'm turning it, he takes his hand and he slaps me across the face. Obviously, because I wasn't looking at him, that was a big issue to him. God forbid I'm not looking right at him. So he slaps me across the face so that I'm looking at him. And I just stopped. Like, I just shut down. I didn't even, like, I don't know. I didn't even just, I just, it didn't hurt because I was so
You already like adrenaline.
mad. I was, right, there was so much adrenaline, and I was so mad, and I was just like what? And so we're in the car, and I wouldn't talk, and that was pissing him off. So he started the car, and I kept thinking about it. Like I wanted to get out of that car so bad. I was gonna get out, and I was gonna walk, and I just wanted to get out of there. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about it, and like I wasn't doing it. I was just sitting there like dead silent. Like I couldn't move. I couldn't even like look at him. I didn't want to be near him. I was so disgusted. I was like my love for him completely diminished in that half a second it took him to do that. It was gone. It was like it was gone. And I know he hit me hard because I had marks on my face. But again, like I was so angry that I was just I couldn't even think about anything else. Like I was just wanting to get out of that car, and then he backs up And that's when I knew I wanted to get out. Like, he started the car, he started to drive around in the parking lot to get out of it. And I'm just like, stop the car. And he was like, why? So we can sit here in silence for some more? And I was like, stop the car. And he goes, fine, I don't know what you want anymore. I'm just freaking out. And I'm like, stop the car. And so he, that's not good. Sorry about my phone. So he stops the car, and I unbuckle, and I open the door, and I get out. I got out, okay? Anybody who's watching this, I got out of there. I got out.
I know. I'm out now too.
I got out.
Finally.
And yeah, I wasn't in it for as long as she was, but
that doesn't change.
you know how what she just said? She said, I'm out of it finally. Whew. That's how I felt, because it felt like I was in that car for 2 years. I wanted out, and so I started walking away from the car, and I didn't look back, and I hear the car shut off, I hear the door open, close, and him getting out, and he literally chased me and followed me, despite me screaming at him to get away from me and to leave me alone, and that I didn't want to see his face anymore, and I didn't want to talk to him anymore, and I didn't love him, and I was done. Despite all of that, he kept following me, but you don't understand this. Ladies, you have to keep going. Don't ever look back.
Turn around.
I walked and I never looked back. Even when he stopped and he told me that if I didn't say something to him then, if I kept walking, that he would never talk to me again. And you know what?
You keep walking.
You keep freaking walking. So what if they never talk to you anymore? They don't deserve it.
No.
They don't deserve you talking to them. And I kept walking. Even when he got in front of me, I kept walking. Every time he tried to stop me, physically get in front of me and stop me,
you keep walking.
I kept going. And he's screaming at me. These are on main roads, mind you. And he's screaming at me at the top of his lungs, and he's never raised his voice to me. That was the scariest part. Not even him hitting me, but the raising of the voice. That was the scariest part. And you know what? Kept walking, because I was scared more than anything else. That moment, I was the most scared I've ever been of him, was when he was screaming at me. And I never looked at him, not once while that was happening. So that's Big Comfy Couch time.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that was really intense. But here's the thing, you guys have to know that you're not alone, and
it's happened to other people, and if you need advice or help for anything, message us, because I think even Anna's been through some of this.
Yeah, Anna's had a little bit of this too, but she couldn't be with us today, so. But just know that comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Everything isn't this serious, I promise. I'm sorry if this was like too much for you guys, but I promise that this isn't
not an all the time thing.
This is not like a usual thing, but it was something we needed to say and something that needs to be said. But you guys aren't alone.
And if you're a guy out there abusing or cheating your girlfriend, you did. Stop. Or
you should be shot.
You should actually be ashamed of yourself. But we're not going to go there.
That's another video. Just know that you're no much more than a man if you hit your woman than if you treated her right. You're no better than anybody else. Just know that. That doesn't make you a man to do that.
Nope.
Not calling her things, not anything. That does not make you a man. It makes you a sad, pathetic excuse of a person. Not even a person. You don't even get that dignity to be a person.
Nope.
Alright, well. Okay. Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.